Okay, now it's time for some iSquares from Finland. In Finland, the data collection of the iSquares project was conducted as a part of two courses. The first course was an introduction course to information science, and the data collection was conducted in collaboration with Professor Gunilla Widén. In the second case, the group was a group of master's students participating in a course in Introduction to Information and Knowledge Management as a part of the master's program of Information and Knowledge Management at Åbo Academy University, the same university within which the first group of students were also studying. In both groups, you could say that the data collection revealed a great variation of the different types of pictures. The iSquares were not at all similar to each other. This might be somewhat surprising considering the fact that both of the courses were introductory courses to information science disciplines, and that both courses, the concept of what information is was a major question, and that might have been expectable that the student might have had a more uniform kind of an idea what information is because of the lectures and the literature and the discussions they were participating in. The data collection was conducted at a lecture theatre for the first group, and for the second group in a bit smaller seminar room. And the data collection in general followed closely the iSquare's data collection protocol. Especially with the group of the IKM, Information and Knowledge Management students, we had a discussion afterwards. And I was marketing this exercise as a research project, but also as a way for them to think about information in different terms than what they had done before. And instead of reading and discussing about information, they had an opportunity to do it in a different way. And that was much appreciated by the group of students. And in general, I would say that the major insight from the Finnish project was that using the iSquares protocol, the major benefit is that it forces us to abandon the comfort zone of expressing and explaining things and forces us to do something different. It might be easier for somebody and more difficult for someone else, but still it's something that is a little bit out of the frame of the normal studying and academic environment, and that makes it really important. If you have any questions about the Finnish iSquares project, you might want to drop me a line. You can find all the contact details at my website at www.isto.huvila.fi.
Hopefully, we collect 36 I-squares. By looking at the drawings, we can see how we are talking the same language as other information students from around the world. It's exciting to share a common visual vocabulary. We also can see different perspectives of information, different epistemological aspects of information. They are all there. Emotions are here represented by a heart. Reason is here represented by a book. The cognitive perspective of information is here represented by head and thought bubbles. And, on the other hand, we have here the socio-cognitive or socio-cultural perspective of information represented by some external elements of brain. Instead of dichotomies, we believe that the I-squares are useful to see all the aspects of information together as a better way to understand what information is about.
The iSquare project challenged us to practically think about the several phases and ways of information in our society. In each moment in the students, we notice that the most common first reaction after explaining the research procedures were of surprise, happiness, and curiosity. None of the participants refused to draw their personal conceptions of information. I'm almost sure that since that day we were never asked before to think about information in academic perspective by a drawing.
Can turn it on. Hello everyone, my name is Fidelia Ipekwe San Juan. I'm a professor in the School of Journalism and Communication in Aix-Marseille University in France. And what I bring to you is iSquare's protocol with a French flavor. So I took the iSquare protocol that Jenna Hattel set up and applied it to students doing mass communication and media studies in France.
The interesting thing is that one of the PhD students here in Malaysia was very fascinated by this visual data collection method because he is working in human computer interaction, and in human computer interaction people try to make links between human needs and technology, and sometimes it is very difficult to understand the user needs, especially when the users are disordered. He found that these visual methods can help him to get inspiration for designing a user interface for children who suffer autism disorders. And finally, he applied these methods for his thesis. And I remember that he was very fascinated that he found a very useful method. I think truly these drawing techniques are a great way to open up conversation with technology users. Thank you very much.
And one final remark is that students in LIs typically spend more time on iSquares than students in information management. Given that students in both departments seem to be pretty engaged, I suspect that this is because students in different departments receive different training. LI students typically were trained to elaborate their ideas and viewpoints, while information management students typically were trained to solve problems in a quick and simple way. It would be interesting to further investigate this phenomenon so that we can ensure that we collect high-quality iSquares and also better understand individual differences in iSquares. So that's all I would like to say. Thank you.
This was the first time they ever encountered such research methodology. In class, we came to a conclusion that this creative and innovative research will foster a deeper insight into the nature of information. We believe that it fully corresponds to the contemporary tendency to visualize culture, manifested in various social phenomena, and most and brightest of all, in the young people's mentality. Over the recent years, visual research methodologies that enable to broaden the limits of understanding of various phenomena became widespread. The approach implemented in this study will inevitably promote an in-depth understanding of the nature of information. We will follow the results of this research with great interest. Once again, I would like to express my gratitude for a chance to participate in such a creative study and to wish your research team much success in your future endeavors. Respectfully yours, Galina Alzoeva.